And welcome to this week's edition of the Spotlight on Bensenville Park District. I'm Rick Robbins, the Executive Director. And with me today, two of our key recreation staff. And we're going to talk about one of our facilities in particular today and a lot of events that we have coming up for this fall. So with me is Jonathan Sebastian. Jonathan's the supervisor of Fisher Farm and our museum and natural history for the district, and Mary Wagner, who's our community and special events supervisor. And Jonathan, start with you first of all. Fisher Farm, if folks aren't familiar with Fisher Farm and where it is and what really is there at Fisher Farm, can you give us some of that?
Yeah, we're located at the sort of the south border of Bensenville, right on Grand Avenue, just west of Church Road. We've got a nice 5-acre parcel of land there. We have 9 historic structures on that 5 acres, all connected to the Fisher family, dating back to the oldest extant structures in the county, actually.
Cool.
And we're working to create a museum and a living history farm there on the property.
Okay, so we one of the things we kind of publicized for this is it really is the oldest existing homestead in DuPage County. And I think one of the ways that I look at it and put it out to the public is it's really a hidden gem. And if you haven't had a chance to get out there, I urge you to take your family out there and really explore and discover what it is and try to find a time, especially when Jonathan or some of his volunteers are there, so that they can help explain it to you. We've been working on a lot of projects this year. What are some of the things that we've gotten accomplished really in the past year and added to the farm?
Yeah, well, we're working on a lot out there at the property. One of the biggest visible changes, we went ahead and put in a kitchen garden right up near the house. And I think that really complements the site. We're going to do a little bit more on it to kind of make it just a little more distinctive to the 1920s era. But as it is already, I think we've got a nice piece in there that just goes well with the property and adds another dimension to it. We acquired our own chickens now. Some of you might be aware that we rented chickens last summer for a period of about 3 months. But this spring we went ahead and purchased our own chickens, so
right.
Now they are there year-round as a part of what we're doing with the farm. So those join the honeybees that were already out there for a couple summers, and we're doing some other building projects in regard to some fencing, all with the goal of adding additional animals at the property.
Right, so we've got those animals on site right now, and we're looking to add what here, even hopefully by the end of the summer?
Well, we're looking to add sheep right
Okay.
now would be our biggest addition. And then ducks are still on the list. They kind of got pushed down, but they're still around.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of plans. And one of the things, one, we want it to be a representative of a working farm, and we want it to be somewhat, at least historically accurate as to what the Fisher family may have had on site. But two is the kids love seeing the animals when they come out there. So it just gives that whole added aspect to your visit, that the kids get to see the animals. And you look in the Chicago suburbs, how often do you get to see even chickens? But chickens and sheep and whatever else we end up with here over the next couple of years. So that's exciting. So we've got a lot of events coming up at the farm yet this fall. Mm-hmm. And you and Mary are working together on providing those. The first one, Breakfast at the Farm, is coming up. When is that?
That would be Saturday, September 24th at 9 a.m. And for those of you unfamiliar, this is a program that's just been around for a couple years now. We've done it traditionally right near the end of September there on a Saturday morning. You can sign up to get a good hearty country breakfast that includes waffles, bacon, eggs, generously provided for us by White Pines. So it makes that simple. You come out and you just enjoy the breakfast, and we'll do the work, provide you the breakfast, and I'll give a presentation following the breakfast. And then for those who have not been there, I'll give a tour of the property afterward.
So this is held in one of the barns out there, right? One of the restored barns. And,
technically, it's our granary.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people refer to it as the Big Red Barn.
That's what it looks like. And then the food's prepared by the White Pines Golf Course staff, mm-hmm. and they always do a great job with that. And you do the presentation, and like you said, the tour. That's an awesome morning, and it's easy. And you can sign up for that
Easiest way to sign up is over at the Deer Grove Leisure Center.
Right.
Just go in and register there. It's $16 a person for the breakfast and the program.
That's a deal. Okay, and so the biggest event of the year, really, at Fisher Farm, then is coming up shortly after that. Mary, the Heritage Day at the farm is really representative of the fall harvest time, and the kids come out. And what can the kids and the families find there at Heritage Day at Fisher Farm?
Heritage Day is a really nice event for families to come out because it's all about fall, plus it's all about the historical aspect at the farm. But the kids can get a wristband for $5, and they can get a pumpkin, and they can bring it into the granary and paint it, or they can just take it home the way it is. They can go in the petting zoo. They can ride the ponies, and there's little crafts and all kinds of things to see and do.
Great.
We have concession going, so you can come out for lunch and make a day of it.
So we'll have full concessions, the hog roast that day. So we do roast a pig at the event, and that is available for purchase, the sandwiches and stuff from that. We also grill burgers and dogs, I think, and so full concession stand, hay rack rides. It's really a nice day, and for $5 for the kids, and the parents don't pay anything so for the $5, kids are getting unlimited rides on everything. They get their pumpkin, so really you're just paying for the pumpkin, and everything else is pretty much provided. So that's nice. Jonathan, I know we've partnered with some other groups. We partner with the Forest Preserve District all the time, who actually owns the property and leases it to the district for management. But also the U of I Cooperative Extension Service is going to help us out on the event too this year.
Yeah, they'll be a nice addition to the event. I think they're going to be doing the cornhusk dolls, so fitting right in with our theme and just right in with the nature of the site. I think it's going to be a really good hands-on experience for the kids and even the adults to try out.
Great, and this is an event that we generally get 1,000+ people to.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to come out early, get the best pick of the pumpkins out of the giant pumpkin patch that we put together for the event, and explore Fisher Farm and all that we have going on. We hope you do that. You guys, in addition to all those fun things that are happening at Heritage Day, I know there's a historical aspect to the event that we have out there. Jonathan, what else do we have on site that day that really emphasizes the good old-fashioned days?
I mean, we always want to make sure that the families have fun when they're out there and are engaged, but one of the goals is that people learn something when they come by. We never want to miss out on that. We think it's a great property that can just be such a potentially great learning place that we never want to ignore that opportunity. So, as a part of Heritage Day, we have historical reenactors that are out there. So we will have Taylor's Battery, they're always popular with everybody that comes out, and they represent 1st Illinois Light Artillery Battery A. So that was in the Union Army during the Civil War. So they will have their Napoleon out there, and they'll be firing every hour on the hour during the course of the event. We'll also have some other reenactors depicting sort of an early 19th century militia force from this area.
Okay.
So what it would have been like when the settlers, Conrad Fisher, Louisa, and their children first came out here to settle, and some of the just the nature of the situation, Native Americans still being present, and what the issues were. So I think you'll learn a lot from that, and it's not a period that's depicted very frequently. So I think that'll be interesting for people to see.
Okay, great. So in addition to the hayrack rides and all the great food and the hog roast,
Music.
we've also got live music. So we've got live music on stage, bluegrass band coming this year. That'll be a really nice addition, I think, to the event as well. So again, Heritage Day is a day that you just don't want to miss out there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Once we get past Heritage Day, we start to get into the winter time, and we get into our Farmside Christmas event at the farm. And tell us a little bit about what happens at Farmside Christmas.
Yeah, that again is a newer event. We've done it a couple times now, and it's been well received. It's a little bit more laid back of an event. Come, drop in. Again, no admission on that, but kind of come and go as you want. We open up the house. We serve refreshments in there, hot chocolate. We have music ensemble playing, Christmas music in the house. I think you get a little bit of a feel. We'll have the house all decorated For Christmas, we try to do the tree in a traditional way, a 1920s decorating style, so I think you'll get kind of that feel of early 20th century Christmas when you're in the house. We also have the hay rides going on the property that day as well, so I think it's just a nice way to start your Christmas season early in the month, spend a nice Saturday at the farm.
Yeah, it's not a real elaborate event, at least at this point, but it is a nice, relaxing event, and it's a good way to see what maybe the farm would have been like with the snow and everything. I'm sure you'll have just the right amount of snow on the ground for that event. It'll be perfectly, the weather will be just like you want it to be. Talking about all that we've done and where we're at, I know we've got some additional stuff that we're getting ready to do at the farm and we're working really hard on. Staff is putting together plans. Again, working with the other groups that we associate with there in order to make some of them happen. Tell us a little bit about some of the upcoming plans we've got for restoration at the farm.
Well, we're looking at the expanding accessibility options at the farm. We want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to enjoy what's being offered at Fisher Farm, and the farmhouse itself is really the centerpiece. If you haven't been to the property, the 1919 farmhouse that really has survived in its original state, really. When you walk through there, I think you get a really good sense of what the home was like when it was first constructed. And we want to, show that off and let people really see firsthand, because you don't see these homes having survived like that unchanged for this long, 96 years later, 97 years later. So want to really show that off, and we're looking at some options as to what the best option is for getting ADA accessibility into the farmhouse.
Right.
And we're going to take some steps also to do some video in the house and make that available as well. We want to make the site itself outside even a little bit more accessible. We're looking at putting in some crushed limestone paths. So we want to retain that feel of being on a farm, but make sure that we are ADA compliant in what we're doing on the property.
Okay, so a lot of stuff still happening, and next year there'll be even more that we're excited about. So in addition to our events, you guys, what happens at the farm on a daily basis? Then how can they come out and experience the farm if they don't have time to come to one of the events?
Well, you can drop in most other days of the week. You'll find our hours both on the Bensenville Park District webpage as well as on the Fisher Farm Facebook page. There is a Facebook page just for the farm, and you can see the hours of operation there to come by. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, so hopefully there's an option there that works for either a weekday or a weekend. We're also open a little bit later on Thursdays. Try to accommodate some of the schedules that way as well. But you can simply drop by and get a tour. We also have a lot of volunteer opportunities, of course, at the farm as well, that people can become involved.
Always looking for volunteers for events, for work around the farmstead, for whether it's projects or even restoration work, maybe in the prairies and the forest preserve right around the site. Those are things that we're getting ready to start on as well. If somebody wants to have their own private group there, or wants to hold a wedding there, or a reception, or bridal shower, or birthday party, or anything like that, we also do rentals on the farm. We do, and we have some of that information posted on the Bensenville Park District webpage. If you choose facilities, go down to Fisher Farm, there will then be a choice for rental information specific to Fisher Farm. So make sure you're looking under the Fisher Farm section of the webpage to see that, or just call me directly at Fisher Farm or send me an email directly. Sure. That's the best way to do it, and then I can just communicate with you directly about what we can offer at the site. And we've done a handful of rentals already this year, and everybody seems to be happy about what they've gotten out of it. I think they like the unique setting that it provides, and people are looking for unique and creative spaces to hold events. And we've had a combination of things. We did have a wedding reception, we've had some birthday parties, we've had an end of the year school picnic, first communion, we had a volunteer appreciation lunch from one of the community businesses. So I think we can hopefully it'll work for your event. Okay. Yeah. Excellent.
It's a really, really pretty place for a wedding. When I went and saw how beautiful it was, the light strung in the granary, red barn, and
And
tent out back. It was
and
just
that's
really
exactly
pretty.
what a lot of folks are looking
Unique,
for, is a
definitely.
unique site like this
It's also a
to
great
hold an
place
event.
to go have pictures taken for
Correct.
weddings or.
And we do get quite a bit of that as well. This summer we had our first summer camp out there. We had some kids out there. It's not yet probably as big as we want it to be, but I know that moving forward we'll continue to expand on that. So that was exciting, in addition to the 4-H club, and I think there's just exciting things coming. I know there is. And like I said, if you haven't been a part of it and you haven't come out to Fisher Farm, come to one of these events. We've already had several events this summer, you know, from the Civil War reenactment to our artists and authors event, and on, you know, whole series of events throughout the year. These events that are coming up in the fall really are some of the highlights for us, and we hope you join us with that. We'll be right back here shortly to talk about more events through the Park District that your family can enjoy as well.
The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is conveniently located in the Redmond Recreational Complex in Bensenville. The Water's Edge is home of Fenton High School and Wahoo swim teams, featuring an indoor 8-lane lap pool and diving well. The Aquatic Center is available for private functions and parties. Learn to swim, stay in shape, or enjoy recreational swimming year-round at the Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
The Bensenville Community Library, serving a community of readers. Whether you're old or young, a lover of words, music, or computers, the library has something for you. Check out our new Kindles, toddler jams, story and movie nights, or a variety of other activities offered. For more information, call us at 630-766-4642 or check out our schedule on the web at benlib.org. The Bensenville Community Library, celebrating 50 years of library service. Staying connected is important, and at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening in our community. On your phone, PDA, PC, laptop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website offers easy integration, so you'll stay connected at home, in the office, or on the road. To follow us on Facebook, simply go to the Bensenville homepage and click on the Facebook icon in the lower left-hand corner. This will take you to the Bensenville Facebook fan page. Once there, click the like button to add us to your newsfeed and receive regular updates from around town. To follow us on Twitter, simply go to the Bensenville homepage and click on the Twitter icon in the lower left-hand corner. This will take you to the Bensenville Twitter page. Once there, click the follow button to add us to your Twitter feed and receive regular community updates. To receive email and cell phone notifications, click on the Notify Me button. This will take you to the Notify Me dashboard. Once there, simply add your email address and/or cell phone number at the top of the page, and then select which service you would like to receive updates from. The most common update section is in the Newsflash Bensenville News. Click on the envelope icon for email alerts and on the phone icon for phone alerts. You can choose one, the other, or both. To watch our public access cable show or board meetings, simply click on the Bensenville Web TV button on the lower left sidebar menu of the homepage. This will take you to our streaming center, where you can play current and past Bensenville cable TV shows and board meetings. To pay your Bensenville utility bill online, just click the Online Payments button and then follow the instructions provided on our secure payment site. If you have any problem, concern, or question to tell the village, then click on the Bensenville Action Hotline button. This will take you to the Action Line dashboard, where you can explain your issue and receive a response within 48 hours once you have clicked the Submit button at the bottom of the page. Staying connected is important, and at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening in our community. On your phone, PDA, PC, laptop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website offers easy integration, so you'll stay connected wherever you are.
Hey, we're back with Spotlight on Bensenville Park District. Again, I'm Rick Robbins, the Executive Director. And Mary Wagner, it's your chance now to share really a whole bunch of what we've got coming up here from a district standpoint and in special events, besides those that happen at the farm. And ones that Jonathan will probably be helping us volunteer with and helping work on and has probably come and enjoyed over the years. But what else do we have coming up?
Okay, I think our first event will be the recycling extravaganza.
Oh, great.
It's a chance where you can just clean out your drawers and your closets and bring it all over to the water park parking lot. And the idea is a one-stop shopping.
This is not your average recycle event, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
You can bring some of those bizarre things that you've been wondering what to do
Bring
with.
small furniture. You could bring eyeglasses, and the Lions Club will collect those. You could bring your flags and
Your worn and tattered United
worn and-
States flags,
Yep,
exactly.
Yep. Pretty much everything, but we're going to have a list on our website of what is acceptable items that we will
Okay.
recycle for you. Goodwill's coming with a giant truck, so you could bring clothes, you could bring, like I said, small furniture, and
Is this event including electronics as well, or
it
not?
will have
necessarily?
electronics, but there will be a small fee for the electronics.
It's restricted in some way, okay.
And then the shredding, the village is doing on a different day in September.
Okay, so the village is having a separate shredding event for those who need to shred some personal papers or financial papers and those kinds of things.
Yep.
Okay, so that'll feel really good to be able to purge your house and get rid of some things. One of the new things I know we've got coming up here is a big family wellness fair that we're providing. And part of the reason we're able to do this is a grant that the Park District received from the National Recreation and Park Association, partnering with Walmart Corporation and providing us with a grant that's helped us do a lot of things for fitness, for our kids, for our programs, purchasing new equipment, et cetera. And one of those things is education. And through that is the start of this family wellness fair.
Right.
What can you tell me about the wellness fair and what it might have for the folks?
Wellness fair is scheduled for October 13th, and it's from 3 to 7, and it's geared towards families, pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
So come on out. We're going to have our fitness center will be free that day during those hours, and we'll have some fitness classes that you could try out for free, demonstrations you could try. If you just want to try a little bit of Zumba, you could try a few minutes of that and just see if it's something you might like. We'll have where you can get your heart rate checked and things of that sort, blood pressure check, and there's going to be a blood drive, so I believe you'll be able to sign up ahead of time if you want for that.
Okay.
And really it's just a nice chance to get out and,
I know we'll have several vendors there as well that'll have booths set up, whether it's chiropractors, whether it's other wellness and medical providers that will also be on hand. I know we're contacting the local hospitals. We hope to have them there as well. Flu shots, I think flu shots are going to be available that day. I don't know, is there a charge for that? Do you know?
I'm not sure if there's
Okay.
a charge. I think that they can find out if your insurance covers it or not, and if not, there may be a small charge.
Okay, and I know a lot of the details on the wellness fair are still being developed, but
Right.
we wanted to start getting that word out there so you could plan on attending And again, it's going to be at the Deer Grove Leisure Center, correct?
Yes, yes.
In the gymnasium there, and incorporate really the entire building and everything that we do.
Right. There's
All right.
nutrition talks.
Yeah.
And so.
So really everything the Park District does is about wellness, whether it's physical fitness, whether it's leisure, whether it's just your state of mind. I mean, really, there's not anything that we do that couldn't be construed as wellness. And that's why we're so passionate, really, about what we do. So in addition to that, the kids, we don't want to leave them out. The holidays are coming up. First is Halloween. I know we do a big event for that. What do we have for that?
I think it's a family favorite is Monster Mash, and we do that in the gym on the Thursday night before Halloween.
Okay.
And we transform the gym into a haunted, just a Halloween event. It's fun. You know, there's going to be a moon jump, big pumpkin moon jump, and another inflatable is going to be a haunted house type inflatable, super big.
Nice.
And,
That's fun.
Yeah, we have a sponsor that's sponsoring that inflatable, and it's Baxton Studio Furniture Outlet. And they call that a Haunted Mansion Maze. So it's super cool. It's interactive, and they could go through that over and over.
Great.
Have a lot of fun with that. We'll set up a little haunted house, and we'll have all kinds of games and prizes, and most importantly, a costume contest. And we even have a prize for adults if they come, and they'll like the prize.
Nice. So they should come in costume. Is there a charge for the event?
It's $3.
It's
Just to
$3
cover.
for the entire
Yep,
event.
and
That
last
is
year
nothing.
the kids left with a bag of loot. So
Okay.
each-
So all kinds
each
of goodies
game has a
provided.
prize, and
There's lots of games for the kids to play, lots of booths, photo opportunities,
absolutely bring your cameras.
the jump houses, and
We'll have concession. We'll
food.
have some pizza and chips and soda. So come hungry and make a night of it.
nice. And then you follow that up, if I'm not mistaken, the next day with a big Halloween Zumba
Yes.
class.
We keep a lot of the decorations up, and we set up the stage, and people come in their costumes and do Zumba in the gym.
Now, see, I've yet to see that
It's very
program.
cool.
I need
It's
to.
very
I
cool.
need
They
to
get
make
very
sure and do
into
that.
it, and it's an awesome event. It's really nice to see everybody come out and be active in their costumes.
So,
Neat.
yeah, dancing Zumba class to the Monster Mash song, probably. If I'm not mistaken, I've heard about a new program that we've got going, and it involves your pumpkins, and it involves your pumpkins after Halloween. So the pumpkins you get from Jonathan at Fisher Farm at Heritage Day, and you carve or paint. What are they going to do with them when Halloween's over?
What do you normally do with them? You compost them, right? So
Sometimes they sit there and freeze, and then finally Christmas comes, and you're like, we should
yeah,
probably
what
throw
should I
that
have done
away.
with that? I wish I would have done something with that. So DuPage County does a composting program where they collect everybody's pumpkins and they weigh them, and then they do some fantastic things with the compost that they make. So they made it a big program, and so I just thought we'd have a little fun with our composting, and we're doing something called Smashing Pumpkins. And they could roll their pumpkins down the sled hill, and if they don't smash at the bottom with that, then kids can smash them. We'll have some stuff to help them smash the pumpkins, and then they throw them in the compost bin, and that's it. It's fun. So it's just
It's
fun way to.
It's not a huge event, but it's something crazy and a little out of the ordinary. Well, way out of the ordinary, because I've never heard of composting pumpkin program. So, but come out, and the sled hill's a pretty big hill right there behind the leisure center, and I think kids will have fun with that.
Yeah,
It might be a mess. We might have a big mess to clean up off.
that's the idea.
Yeah.
It's in the grass. You're outside, and it's not at your house. So
There you go. We'll take your mess. We do that here at the Park District occasionally.
I'm sorry, but there are some rules on the pumpkins. There can't be any objects in it, and it has to be washable or acrylic paint.
Okay.
So no varnish and stuff like that. So those rules are in the brochure as well.
Okay. And probably, get the candles out. And
Right,
those
candles
kinds
have
of
to come
things,
out,
right?
exactly. So
Okay. So keeping with the recycling theme, when you get to the holidays, a lot of people have old holiday lights. They either work or don't, but you don't even know because you don't even want to untangle them to find out. That's another thing that they can recycle with us, correct?
absolutely, just a simple way to make a difference is to not throw those holiday lights out that don't work. Every year I pull mine out, and there's just a pile that doesn't work. So we'll take them, we'll recycle them, and make some good use out of them. So bring them on over. We do it all through November through March. It's just a bin outside the leisure center. Don't even have to really park. Just pull up and drop them in the bin.
Great.
And you're making a difference. So.
Okay. So a busy fall for everybody. All kinds of stuff being offered. We get to the next holiday, and that's Veterans Day, and we do something along in cooperation with the Village of Bensenville, and we've done it for years, and that's our Veterans Day breakfast. And I know you guys are both involved in that, and this event probably means more to the folks that come to this every year than anything that we do throughout the year. So give us a little taste of what this event means.
I'll start off. We hosted at White Pines Golf Course in the banquet room, and it's a really nice sit-down meal. There is a buffet where you get up, and it's usually eggs and bacon and toast and fruit and all the goodies. And we'll have a speaker, and we'll decorate real nice, and we'll have a memorabilia table for veterans to come and bring anything they'd like to show. So it's nice. People could get up and look at old pictures or old hats or medals or things of that sort.
Right.
So that's really nice for them to pull that stuff out and have something nice to show with that. And then our speaker, if John wants to talk about.
Yeah, our speaker this year is a gentleman by the name of Don Sender, who's actually formerly served in the military himself as a veteran. He served in Korea during the war and continued to have a career in the military for some time, even after that, stationed here in the United States. Was involved in multiple different aspects at multiple different levels within the Army, and then went on to a teaching career for several years. Taught both junior high, high school level, teaching history classes, geography classes in the suburban area. So I think he's going to bring a really good program. He's going to talk a little bit about his experiences during Korea, and I just think it's going to be a very informative and insightful program.
Cool.
That we've got coming. Yeah.
Cool. It's a very nice day, and again, the Village of Bensenville is a huge supporter of this event. It's really a joint event between them and the Park District, and so I'm pretty sure their staff will be there, ours will be there, our commissioners and their board, and the mayor and everybody. It usually is in attendance for this one, along with veterans, their families, and I know they can sign up through. I think all the registration is through the Park District, correct?
Yeah.
And so,
It's free to the veterans.
and
the
it is
families.
free to veterans and families, and that's one of the cool things is that it is sponsored by those two agencies, and it does fill up.
It fills
So
up, which is
you
why
don't
we
want to
made it
wait
specifically for residents.
to register, and Bensenville residents or Bensenville Park District residents even are the ones that are eligible for that. We can only open it up if there's openings beyond that. But so that's Veterans Day. Then that really kicks us into the holidays, Mary, and it's a fun time for everybody. And I know we've got some events coming up for the holidays.
Yeah, Park District kicks off the holiday events with the Holiday Bazaar at the White Pines Golf Course, and that is it's like a boutique shopping experience. That's kind of the way it's set up. It's like there's some vendors in there, and you get a kickstart on your shopping. And they do little spa treatments, little, shoulder rub type things, little things. There's giveaways. Get a little glass of champagne.
Right.
So it's a real nice event, and it's always nice to have a little time to chill and enjoy company with friends before you get cranking with the house.
And this is the ladies' night only,
Yes.
and I've been told, look, I don't care if you're the director of the Park District, you're not coming in. So then the families, the kids, where do they come into the holidays?
Yeah. They we have all kinds of stuff planned for the kids with them. One of the nice, unique things we do is Pictures with Santa. And what's nice about that is, and I didn't learn this till last year when I was working the event, it's so nice to come into our facility, not have to wait in line. If your kids are upset, you have time to calm them down. You get alone time with Santa in a room all by yourself. And that really makes a nice difference, especially,
Yeah.
with the crowds at the malls and things of that sort.
So you actually sign up for a time,
You sign
correct?
up for a time.
That you're
and-
coming to see
right,
him.
Right. So that's really nice. You get to visit with Santa. Santa gives him a little treat bag. So that's something nice you could sign up with. And then you also can do it with your pets, which is unique. Same thing. No waiting, no lines, no anything. You just show up, and of course, you sign up at the leisure center.
Yeah,
You show
and
up
those-
and bring your dogs in.
And I know those kind of photos and everything with pets have become more and more popular
For
in
sure.
the last few years.
sure.
So
But
if
I
you,
really didn't understand how nice it was until I worked it last year. And it's an awesome thing.
that's neat.
Yeah.
So if you miss Santa there, on December 10th, White Pines last year hosted their first Santa brunch. Very popular, sold out. I'm sure they're trying to find ways to include more people this year, and they're doing that again, correct?
They are, and that's a real nice way to also visit with Santa without, the lines at the mall and so.
Right.
So it's they do a real beautiful setup there and great spread. So
Yeah, it's very cool. So you definitely want to be a part of the Santa brunch at White Pines. One of the neatest and most unique events that we do is our Polar Express, right?
yes,
And that's based on the movie. How does that work for
yes.
us?
So it's called Santa Train Ride because of the rights, of course. We board at the Metro train station here in Bensenville, and you ride out to Elgin, which is the North Pole, and on the way
I didn't know Elgin was the North Pole.
Elgin is the North Pole.
See?
Especially
You
when
learn
you're in
here.
Bensenville. So you get out there, and on your way out, you read the Polar Express with the group, and we have some elves passing out treats. And on the way back, we do carols and Santa visits, and kids just love riding on the train.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's-
sure for some of these folks,
yeah.
it's maybe their first time on the
some
train.
kids show up in their pajamas, and it's a great opportunity to have a nice, relaxing time with your family and sit on the train, and
Yeah.
so that's neat.
And I know last year, Jonathan and I and some of our volunteers at our historic train, which is there at Veterans Park near downtown Bensenville, were brainstorming some ideas and thought, that whole Polar Express thing happened right around that time frame, and wouldn't it be cool to have it in the historic train? And so we started that last year, and you two put that event together, and again, both of these events sell out. They're tremendous events, and for a few bucks, tell us about that. What can they experience in the train that night?
Well, yeah, we exactly like you said. We have a historic locomotive, tender, passenger car, and caboose located at Veterans Park. And again, that's probably another hidden gem in Bensenville that
Yeah.
I think is sort
Everybody
of
drives by it.
underutilized and
But man, wait till you get inside it and see it.
right. And I think it just lends entirely to the atmosphere. We set up a movie screen in there, and we project the movie, so you can sign up. You come right to the train. You'll get right on the passenger car. You can bring, blankets or pillows. Kids can come in their pajamas, and we also have chairs set up in there for the adults. But we'll project the movie right on a screen inside the train, so you are right inside a historic railroad passenger car while you're watching the Polar Express movie.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. And you're surrounded by the atmosphere that's depicted in the movie. And just to really utilize that and realize that, I think the families had a lot of fun last year when we did it. It sold out, like you said. We did 2 showings. Everybody that was there had a great time coming out. We had refreshments that were donated. We served some hot chocolate, and just everybody had a great time.
Yeah, and there, a lot of park districts do the other train ride with Metra, and Metra is awesome in providing that opportunity to program that event. But you'd be hard pressed to find another one that's able to provide that version of it as well. And it's very cool, very unique event. Anything else, guys, that we have coming up, or I think that's about it?
Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
covers it.
I think that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, the ecological restoration at the farm, too, or no?
We
Did
are
we
adding.
touch
We did touch on that a little bit, but the ecological restoration work that we're doing around town, those work days, we're always looking for volunteers, and I've said it many times at this point, but Mary, who's coordinator of volunteers for those efforts, or Jonathan at the farm, who's managing that site and coordinating the efforts over there, they're just 2 hands. but we really need hundreds of hands in order to make those programs work. And all of our events require volunteers. All of our restoration work days out in our native prairies and our woodlands require hundreds of hands in order to make them happen. And these two would love to hear from you if you'd like to be a part of that, or bring your family out, or bring your business out, or your scout troop, or whatever group it might be, to be a part of that. We have lots of those folks already, but it's not enough, and we still need more, and we would love to have your help.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Great. That's all we have for Spotlight on the Bensenville Park District this week. And again, I'm Rick Robbins, and for my staff here and everybody at the Park District, we thank you for watching and hope you enjoy.